ridiculous, man.
Man, what's going here? Come here, shot. Get back. What? Get back.
He's snatching the leads out.
Yeah. Stop it! I don't want to shoot you. Don't then. Yo, I don't want to shoot you. I'm right this neck.
Man, are you serious?
Help.
No, he didn't.
He's crying for help.
He called for help. He's screaming, help. It ain't over. She grabbed the baton. His baton. Listen, he's screaming. They her.
Wait a minute, how many times he shot her?
3 or 4, but that's him screaming. That ain't even her screaming.
Yeah.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Oh. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
He need to be kicked off the damn force, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Tough.
Why did you make me do that?
Look at him. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that belly. Look at him. Look at him. Everybody want to be the police. You see, hey, that's it of it. That's it. But
yeah, so I mean,
was she on PCP?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But him not taking advantage of that, taking control of that situation up front, called him had to shoot.
You cut off, Vic. Oh, I thought I did. Oh, wait. Oh, still going? Okay. It should be on right now. It's still here. Yeah, I know. No, it's not here.
Get on the ground right now!
He was screaming. She wasn't even screaming. She'd have been shot. Wasn't screaming.
Can't press mute. No, because I closed it. It shouldn't be playing out. All right, give me. Let me try something here.
That's crazy.
Well, anyway. Yeah, it's on you, Vic. All right, give me a second. I hope this doesn't. Yeah, cut the volume now. That shit embarrassing. I can't even hear it.
He's screaming, help.
Yeah. That shit embarrassing, man. Like, yeah, we don't hear nothing now. Okay. Man, all right. This is why I tell officers, man, young and old, always keep yourself in some type of condition.
Shape, man. You gotta stay in shape.
Always, man. For your life or for your colleague's life. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to get to help your colleague out. If he get in some type of distress, you want to be able to get there at a timely manner without you running out of breath and be able to assist your colleague or help yourself out till you get help. That right there, Lord, I hope he's close to retirement.
Oh shit!
I hope he's not a young guy.
They need to take his stuff right there.
They need to retire him.
And he's stripping naked.
Yeah,
he walk up there in his drawers.
Then retire him.
That was embarrassing. Yeah. That's what I just clearly said. Everybody want to be a cop until it's time to get down to some real stuff, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look at TV and think, oh, it looks cool. I get to carry a gun, I get to pull people over, raise tickets, blah, blah, blah. Until some shit go down and you look like that. That's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. Man, I was so embarrassed. I told Vic, and you know how sometimes you watch something on TV and you embarrassed for the person, you cover your face up. That's how I was just now. I was embarrassed for that cat. Don't know him from a cat. You know?
Yo, I know that's impromptu, but I seen that. I see, yo, what is this? And it's like that. I mean, you got people out there that you got these women out here, and I ain't saying nothing against women police. You got these women out here. I seen 2 New York cops trying to take a guy into custody. They didn't control the scene. They ain't calling for no backup. Yeah, dude had a knife. You know what I'm saying? They begging the dude, another dude getting in between them. I said, come on, man. Control the scene. And they want to look pretty, man. They got their nails and their eyelashes, and some of these guys, they out there, bodybuilding, they got their shirts extra tight, and you know what I'm saying, and they try to be supermodels, you know what I'm saying, instead of being the damn police, you know what I'm saying, and you get proven real quick when the shit hit the fan, you be laid out, and YouTube will make you famous, you know what I'm saying, in all the wrong ways.
Yeah, but how does stuff like that shape the narrative of being police officer, being law enforcement?
Well, it depends what you mean by shape. What do you mean by shape the narrative? Because let me just say this, is that I've been a strong advocate for police being in condition year round. Okay, that's number one, because if I'm in good condition and have good safety skills, it can save not only my life, but the citizen's life. Right. And where I don't have to means to fatal force in the process. The best shape most people are in is when they leave the police academy. Yeah. Yep. People come in heavy and they come out light. They run in the whole nine. By the time they leave their career, they're in the worst shape of their life, because there's really no standards on physical fitness. Now, I know troopers usually have a standard, in some cases, weight regimen and things of that nature.
Not in South Carolina, but go ahead.
But it's interesting that most police officers, when you hear the slogan, you a donut eater, and you got a reputation for going by, drinking coffee and eating donuts, and all you see in the districts is donuts and candy cakes and ice creams. It should just tell you over time that the seriousness of being in shape or some type of condition is no longer warranted, which is, to me, dangerous, not only for yourself, but for your fellow officers and the citizens. So there should be at least what I call a standard, let's just say every 5 year, even 3 year check. If we got to think about this, you got to qualify with your firearm every single year.
Right.
Every year. So you're telling me that the firearm is more important than your own physical health.
Right.
Which is deep, because motor skills go hand in hand. So if I take my health and my stress levels and my conditioning as serious as I'm qualifying with the pistol, guess what? I guarantee you there will be less lives lost. Officers will have better mental and wellness conditioning moving forward. So you can't take one situation extreme. Imagine if we never ever shot our guns, never trained, never. Then guess what? You would have a total chaos of accidental discharges on a regular basis. So that's how I look at it still with health and fitness. There has to be something implemented. And I even say this to you, Rashid, being in that high standard position, man, you're going to have to find a way to get that implemented, that officers not only get a physical fitness check, but a wellness check to make sure they're in the right mind and conditioning.
Yeah.
Doesn't the military do physical fitness tests ever so often?
I know they used to. I'm not sure now. I had to ask somebody, but I know they used to. But see, the thing is, once you get in your career after a few years, all that kind of stuff goes, out the window. And right now, being that recruiting is low, hiring is low, they just getting bodies, man. And if you can pass the, but right now, I will say this in Georgia, prior to 2019, prior to 2019, you can go to the academy. You didn't have to really take a physical fitness test. It was up to the departments to test you. Now, Georgia Post, before you go to the academy, you have to run a course to make sure you even physically fit enough to even go to the academy. But it should be. And I went to the academy. As a young camp. Then I let my certification lapse. Had to go back to it. I was older. I was in my 40s, and I was like, God damn, But hey, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Back hurt, feet hurt, but I did it. You like you said, man. I said once in another show, and I won't go through the whole story, but I had a situation where I got a guy that was wanted for murder. He had 2 murders on him from North or South Carolina, and I stopped this cat, and I knew right away something was wrong. When I finally got this dude in custody, I asked him, I said, man, why don't you run? He said, man, I thought about shooting. He was sitting on a carbine rifle pointing towards the door. So I said, why don't you shoot me? He said, man, you can take care of yourself. And I wasn't sure I could win that battle. And I was a lot younger and more fit then. So they trust these folks. We're all men. especially men. When you walk up with your wife or your girlfriend or your friend introduce you to another man, you size him up. Whether you believe it or not, you look him up, you look at his feet, his hands, you size him up. That's what we do as men. That's just the animal in us, right? We do that. These criminals are doing that. They sizing you up. They looking at you. If you don't like you to take care of yourself, they're gonna swing on you. They're gonna try to pull their pants up. They're gonna run on you. But if you look like you in shape, they think twice about it. Yeah, maybe I might win, I might not. You know, and that right there, that shit we just saw, that's horrific, man. And he didn't have to shoot this lady because he couldn't. And he need to be charged. I don't know if he can be, but he should be. He should be. That's negligence on his part. You know what I'm saying?
I always said this, man. You pretty much said it just now, Rashid. Your officer presence. What I mean by officer presence, how you look physically, that will change a criminal or anybody' opinion on what they're going to do.
Yep.
How do I know that? Because it happened to me. I pull a car over. Guy saw me. He had some things going on. Had to lock him up in the car. He told me, I ain't gonna lie, trooper, I was gonna run on you. I said, why didn't you? He said, I ain't want no problems. I see you get that car. I like, shit, I ain't want no problems. You know what I'm saying?
What I think y'all guys that hat. When y'all get out that damn hat, y'all be putting that hat on.
You gotta look like something in that hat. You can't get out that car looking like Homer Simpson with that hat on.
Nah, you can't like the mall cop how they had a joint like that. But it's intimidating. I mean, even as a police officer, if a trooper pulls me over, I'm like, oh shit, here he come with that damn hat. You know, all right, I'm nervous.
But man, always, if I ever become a chief, a colonel, or something like that, I'm gonna implement that. We do a PT test every year.
That's right.
If you don't pass it, we're gonna give you 2 months to prepare for it again.
Yeah.
If you fail again, then we sit down and have a conversation.
You got to. You got to.
You know what I'm saying? If I can get my ass up and train 5 days a week, Saturday do nothing but cardio, then you can do the same damn thing. We do the same job.
Well, maybe not as much as you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You and Dre, y'all hit the gym 5 days. The gym
5 days a week.
X-shirt be tight, boy. X-shirt be so tight, boy. It be like it just talk by itself. Like what?
Well, I mean, I think y'all should at least take that physical fit test, man. I did that test. Ernest know. I did that test before, man. And scaling that wall, running in that gym zigzag, carrying that body. When I first grabbed that body, man, I grabbed it by the feet and it wouldn't move. I said, oh, hell. I had to strap it and go with it. Throw it down, pop, 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 pop. When I finished, I walked with it. Like, man, you did a great job. I was like, yeah. Now we're in the bathroom through it. and I thought I was in shape.
I was in basketball shape. Greg was going to be a police officer, but he found out how much they made. He like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, they ain't no money.
I did the all interview, and when they all, I said, to put my life on the line.
Yeah. Right. Honestly, they tell you make $500,000 a year. You going to put your life on the line. It's like ain't no amount of money worth it. And when you're young, you can do it. You ain't got no responsibility. But when you got your wife and kids and grandkids, like that makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't worth it. But that's why it's a calling. You have to be called to this job. You're not just, that just a regular person can't do this job. And those are the people that you see get in trouble. That fat cop that you saw, he ain't called for this. He's been fronting for some years. It looked like, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be called to this profession because you ain't making no real money. Ain't no amount of money, worth you putting your life on the line for this job.
Now, how just take the home life, putting your life on the line like this. You ever have a conversation with the wife and she's like, I often wonder if you're gonna make it home. How often does she think about it? Do you have that conversation?
Yeah, y'all talking about the emotional and toll the emotional mental toll of the badge.
10 minutes, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I like I said, one of our other shows, my wife, I showed her a video or something, and it wasn't even me getting in trouble. It was just some action film, and she started crying. So I told myself I would never discuss it with her like that again because I didn't want her. But I'm sure she thinks about it, but I try not to put that out there like that. I make sure all my insurance is paid and all that, so she's taken care of it. But I don't talk to her about it because she at that point she can't take it. You know what I mean? She can't take it. I probably should, but I don't put it on her like that. She's not going to be. If I tell her, because she knows if I come home and I'm in a certain type of mood, I've seen something for the day or something that's happened. She knows that, and she knows to kind of let me let me rest. Let me go about my business so I can get my head right. She knows that much. But as far as me saying, hey, I might not make it home, I just make sure that I kiss and hug her before I leave. You know, if she sleep, I make sure to wake her up, make sure to do that. You know, just in case, man. Because hell, even her though, she's a general contractor. And she's on the road all the time going client to client to client. And then all these car accidents out here, hell, you don't know when they, something happened to her. So I just make sure that we hug and kiss each other before we leave. And, just in case, man.
Brother Dre got an interesting dynamic when it comes to that. He's retired and his wife is in law enforcement. What about you, Dre?
Yeah. Wifey now is taking the reins, but I always say, man, you got to have some serious balance, and I call it the F bombs in the emotional state. You got to have your faith on point, your friends on point, your food on point, and your family on point. And because those are going to be weights that you got to already deal with outside of the job. And so you got to make sure, man, you set boundaries in your own personal life, because things that's going to happen on the job are going to happen. But you sit back and you are dealing with reality that I may not make it home. So that's where I tell officers, man, learn how to take care of you first. And I know that sounds tripped out because the nature is to take care of someone else, but it's okay to take care of you first. And then when you think about it, people say, oh, it's God, then it's family. And then, then it gets down to you, friends, and then yourself at the list. I told people, no, God, then you. And they say, man, isn't that a little selfish? I said, no, because I can't give what I don't have. And so if you fill your tank up first, you will be able to handle the weight of the emotional imbalance. It's a blessing to say I got my wife on point, my kids on point, but in reality, man, you're going to have to deal with home life as well as work life. So the weight of the bash can get heavy if you let it get out of control and people, go to the bottle. Officers still number one rate of them is suicide deaths. And so because they don't have that balance, man. So even this right here is therapy for us in the factor that we get to talk about and we don't have to internalize the years of service that we're doing. And, just this podcast in itself and reflecting is helping other people's as well as us saving lives.
Yeah, like I told you guys this summer, man, this podcast is really therapeutic to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because things you guys can relate to situations that I'm in, just like I relate to what you guys are in. I can't talk to my family about that. I can't talk to my wife about that. And I don't want to. I don't want to be afraid. It's already scary what's going on out there. She watch a lot of news, so she see what's going on there. So I really ain't trying to bring that to her. And it's therapeutic. I get to talk about it. We getting positive response for other people. They're like, yo, I didn't know that. They're like, wow, I didn't know y'all go through that. I didn't know about that. I learned something every new. This is stuff I'm getting back from Craig. You tell me. This is stuff that I get back from people that watch the Black Shield. So this is very therapeutic, man. And like you said about the balance, especially with officers, I feel like officers need to stop talking about the job every damn day. You know what I'm saying? Go fishing, go hunting, do something, man. And stop talking about the job. Stop turning up the bottle. My therapeutic is this and training.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I tell people, look, man, take off the Oakley boots, take off the Under Armour boots, take off the 511 pants, and put on something. Put on something comfortable. But when I was younger and when I was on SWAT, I left the house looking like a cop. I had all the shit on, the knife in my pocket. I looked like the police, and that's like, man, like you said, you got to rest that. That has to rest. If you don't rest that, man, that cannot be your whole identity.
Y'all remember when we was in the mall after shooting? Everybody looking at us, they didn't know we was cops, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They thought we was Dre's bodyguard. Dre goddamn or something.
They thought Dre was 803 fresh.
Yeah, when people can't believe it, they look at you like, yo, man, you too cool, man. I didn't know police was like that. But that's what, man, look, man. You gotta, you can't let that thing identify you like that's just all you are, all who you are. That ain't good. It's not good for your mental, for sure.
Right. Yeah. Police officer people.
Yeah, you people
gotta have work. You gotta have work-life balance. I mean, my job preaches that work life. Our main center that we go on to do our trainings and time and everything is work life. So you have to have that work-life balance. You get lost if you don't.
Yeah.
Craig works
And
for
these
Boeing,
days,
guys. He's a
Yeah.
big time manager at Boeing.
you said Boeing?
Yeah,
Oh,
Boeing.
Big Bang Hank.
Yeah, Big
My,
Bang.
my
Yeah.
sister worked
Yeah,
she worked
yeah.
at Boeing in 'cause they got Boeing in Huntsville, right?
They have
Alabama.
it in Huntsville as well.
Yeah,
Huntsville,
that's
yeah.
what she was. She was there. Yeah, that's right. She sure was. Look, we gotta be cognizant of everything we do. We gotta be cognizant. We might be on World Star. We might be on something like just earlier today. I was sitting down in front of our precinct, and I said, I'm gonna stop a couple of cars. We have a no truck route in front of our precinct, so a lot of dump trucks and semis go by. So we're trying to curb that and tear up the streets. So I said, let me get out there and do some of this myself. Now I see the truck come. I said, oh, here we go. And I got to go, and as that mug hit the corner, there's a Dunkin' Donut truck. I shut it back down and pull it back to my spot. I said, well, right there, I'm guaranteed to be on World Star. Put over there.
Yep. Especially in Atlanta, man. Hey guys, we about to wrap. We wrapping it up. Dre and Rashid, any last words?
Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, just it's funny because sound like we on the Black Shield, like when. But man, just in closing, man, we definitely got to keep the momentum going, and just that we definitely can have a episode about balancing the identity beyond policing.
Right.
And I think that's something that needs to be discussed. If policing was actually taken away from you, what would be your identity? And people need to start managing that actually now within their life, because I'm feeling, let's say, so good and on point, because policing was not my purpose. It was just a position to get me to my purpose. And there's so much other things I'm into, helping the youth right now. I'm a chaplain at a prestigious hospital here in the area, and just going towards still service. But policing has been a great background. So yeah, man, we need to definitely do something identity past policing early in your career, just in case something happens, you know how to balance that part.
That's right. We need to follow in the footsteps of some of these firefighters, because most of them cats got another job because their schedules are so flexible. They got a whole other 2 and 3 other careers, not jobs, but careers on top of it. And we need to do that too. You know, we definitely have to do that as well. Let me say this, and Peace to Drake Creighton, IM Beast Network, where the Black Shield podcast is on. Gotta give a shout out to him. He's the producer of that show, and we're doing some of the kind of a spin right now. What we're doing is Black Shield After Dark. That's something that us three came up with. We want to keep them. Yeah, we want to keep it going, right? After hours. I said after dark. I'm about to ooh. That's some freaky stuff. Yeah, after hours. So we want to keep that momentum
shit. Go ahead.
Yeah. We want to keep the momentum going, man, and because we get a lot of good feedback, and this is important, man. And I appreciate you, brothers, for the time that you guys spend and the effort you make to put this stuff out here, man. I sure appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all for sure.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in to the Black Shield After Hours, where we have real dialogues, real accountability, and no safe topics. If you're ready for honesty and growth, you're watching the right show, the Black Shield Podcast. I'm Excalibur Miller. We got Rashid the Life Lightford and my boy brother Andre Human, and also Craig Newkirk. I'm sorry, Craig, and my boy Victor Wesley. See you guys next week. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey guys, don't hang up real quick. I want to ask y'all something.
Okay.
Let me end the recording.